Namaste, everyone. This is Dr. Krishil from Om Yoga and Ayurveda Clinic. Today, we are going to meet Yogi Sanjeevan, and he is fine. He is a former monk for about 20 years. He is a master in meditation and teaching to others as well, either one-on-one or in a group. He is doing lots of charity work as well. And he is extensive practitioner in meditation techniques. Let's welcome. Hello and welcome, Yogi Sanji. Namaste.
Namaste to you.
So, how is your day so far?
Oh, it's very nice. I had a very good rest. I was working till about 4 a.m. Usually it's like that, and then, but usually 4 hours or rest, and it's very well done. And
Wow.
yeah,
I can understand because we have a time difference as I am in Melbourne and you are in Sri Lanka. So
uh-huh.
nearly 5.5 hour difference is there. So
Difference.
I can imagine like in the morning, 8:30, 9 o'clock, you are looking so fresh.
Thank you. So are
Um,
you?
yeah, I'm very well. Thank you very much for
Uh-huh.
asking. And I would love to know about what makes you to be on this path.
Oh, definitely. As a teenager, it was happiness,
Ah,
and we seek happiness, no? And I had no idea of peace at that time. But
oh,
now you can say happiness and peace, both that
right.
keeps you going because you need a more higher level of, even more stable and even more solid and more stable.
Yeah.
And even if possible, it is mentioned and it's possible, and a permanent state of peace and happiness.
Yes. Okay. And this is not a small time limit. Like I would, when we talk about all your journey, like a 20, 25 years of as a former monk, um, definitely you come across with some kind of challenges in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to say something about it? What kind of challenges, how you come out of it, and what makes you to stay on this path?
Uh-huh. Usually, there were not specific ones like that, huh? But in the initial stages, just to settle the mind, as anybody would, like I had, like because there are negatives or hindrances, no, in the mind. So
Yes.
as anybody, even the people I try to help, they go through the usually the same patterns, the common patterns, but there
Mhm.
are exceptions, no, and
Yeah.
uh, so that was the initial part, and usually along the path, uh, in society, you see some differentiation. So people try to make some separations, religion-wise, or uh, they try humans. I don't know, some or other they try to find even within the same system. They try to
Mm,
find some kind of differentiation or separation. So
absolutely.
in a way, I was kind of like very tired of it also, like
Mm-hmm.
with organized religion and this, because I was taken up the ranks, and then after that, we did lot of charity work, social work, everything, and then when you after some time you realize like you see the next generations and all, they try to climb up the ladders, not very dark or gloomy things, but then you wonder like what is the difference here, no? And
Mm-hmm.
within a corporate society or an
Yeah.
organized system, right? Not
Mm-hmm.
that you want to be a rebellious or try to make chaos, no, or try
Yes.
to become some conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but
Mm-hmm.
then you realize like, oh, this is not what I came for. No, so I handled everything very specifically and very dutifully as well as responsibly. And I said, I did my service for more than 10 years or so. And everything, from birth, but the birth process of human beings to like even afterlife things, right?
Yes.
So or the rituals, all these kind of things, no, ceremonies, rituals. We used to work very hard, even build and help people with shelters, sick people, lot of stuff. Even animals also. No, I remember we saved like many fish from one place, which they were like it was a
Yes.
big pond like,
Migrating. Yes.
and it
Because of
was
the
dry,
pollution of the
dry,
water. Yes.
drying up. It was drying up. Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
And then they were like, and some little children came and said like, "Oh, it's happening." No, so I also just went to have a peek, but it would be awkward, no, like then. But I could
yes.
not help myself because there were so many fish dying. And
Mm.
then we started, and first people were like ridiculing us. Oh, look at that Mark, maybe he's fishing, no? But
Ah,
we were taking mosquito nets and like saving these, and then it became like a whole village joined in, and it
oh,
became like a massive project. And people were lining up, and they were like bringing all the vessels from their houses, and we
mm.
put them into any possible place. Our monastery was full of fish at that time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that we got a scolding also because we went and put them in like different places, wells, ponds,
Oh,
wherever, because there was a lot, right? And they were
yeah.
dying. Some of them passed away because the soil and all had gone into their gills.
Uh,
But most of them, they were, and many people like drivers would come and join in. It became
mm,
like a huge project afterwards.
right.
Yeah.
So
So
this the thing is we need some kind of initiation of good cause.
yeah, definitely. And then I don't know, like when you go into deep meditation stages and later on, there's
Mm,
intermediate as well as depth. All this, there's something called conceptual reality and ultimate reality, no? So
mhm,
then when you go to the depths of things, like you take a deep sea dive,
mm,
and then all the not that you're high and mighty or anything, right? But in the beach area, it's like the conceptual reality. And
mm,
when you're or even shallow diving, you see the coral reefs, these beautiful fish, and you don't want even we wonder like why people are fighting on the beach. No, maybe they are fighting over some very ridiculous or simple thing. Maybe some trash. No, then you feel
yeah.
like, oh, why are you fighting? No, give me that. I'll go and put it into a trash bin or something.
Mm,
Oh, and later when you go more deep into the depths of meditation or your mind, and you don't even have the time to bother with these things because
mm,
you really don't know if you take it as the example, uh, you don't know even what's really happening on the surface, right? And even if you come back,
yeah.
even if you come back, like if you
Yeah.
see people, why is this divisions, no? And
Yeah.
we all can live in so much harmony, peace, and your ego and everything starts dissolving, and
Mm,
you have so much peace and tranquility, peace. You go to the stages of jhana or vipassana and these kind of things.
yeah.
So then you wonder like why we have to even argue or quarrel or no, uh, over these things like which are supposed to unite us, no?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think there is a says that in a Kali Yuga, the Sangha,
Uh-huh.
the
Uh-huh.
unity is the only way to come out of any problem.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, surely. Yeah, yeah.
So, what one thing would you like to follow and already following, and you're still would like to follow?
Yeah. There was a yeah, definitely peace for oneself as well as everybody, because everybody deserves, and they have those faculties within. It's
Right.
like you are sitting on a buried treasure or something, right?
Ah.
And you are sitting on it, right? And maybe you don't
Mhm.
know. And some people cover it with a layer of dust, maybe some people with a layer of soil. Uh,
Ah.
or it's like a spring that is inside the earth, no, like waters, no. And at some point, like when you even remove the upper layers,
Mhm.
because some people have to dig more,
Yeah.
some people have to remove the rocks maybe,
Mhm.
uh, but then it just burst out of the earth, no, and doesn't matter where or which place or who is there or anything even,
Right.
the
So
water just
Yeah.
burst out of the. So yeah, peace would be with, and we should have a determination of
Right.
pursuing it. That can
Right.
like for me, like I saw a verse and I used to use it as my how to say, because there are times you have to really put deep effort onto your practice. So there was a
Mhm.
time, everybody, not only me, yeah. So like more than 12 hours continuously, no, and you just go for the meal maybe usually one time per day, but that was you don't want, because there's so much energy and all from meditation. You just
Mm.
go by once in 2 days or 3 days, because this is much better, not that you're suffering or anything. So I
Yeah.
saw some nice verse. It says like, if you feel tired, learn to rest, not to quit. So
Mm.
I just put it as like something that, then just to keep going. So determination, definitely
Yeah.
not to like self-analyze, how to say, annihilate yourself,
Mm.
but
Mm.
in a very moderate way. But just keep the flame burning, and just going forward, no, to reach the destinations which you seek in life.
Yeah. So this is the wonderful line I would also keep in my mind that if you're tired, rest, don't quit.
Yeah, yeah, surely.
And so, up to my understanding, you have learned these things in Sri Lanka as well, yeah?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
you, so can you tell me something about your journey? What, what look like?
Uh-huh. So first, as a teenager, I had no clue. I was like one of those nasty ones, now. So and then we used to go to the gym. We used to do a lot of sports and all. We had a bunch
Mm.
of friends, like 18 friends, and like a big gang, no? Like, but we didn't do like violent things. So luckily, those days there was nothing like drugs and all like modern times. And but we used to like try out. It's just not very harmful stuff,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually, like it was like a challenge for me. My parents and all said, "Oh, you cannot meditate, no?" And I was like, no big deal. No, you just go and sit and close your eyes and you sit. And, oh my goodness, I felt like running away, All the big,
Mm.
how to say, just bluffing and all really didn't work. And I could not run back home also. No, I would have been ridiculed all my life. So
Mm-hmm.
we used to eat a lot, and like here you just eat two times after noon, nothing. You have to wear specific clothing and wait in a line to pick your food, and so many things. And your ego and just screams at you, "What are you doing?" No, this is so. Then they ask you to do different practices, which your mind really like hates to do at first,
Mm-hmm.
and then. They then you didn't go back even. And then there were some elderly people there. I started helping them. I thought, without just staying, why not help at least, no? And then it, I think, really softened my mind. And one day when I was like doing walking meditation, I felt different. uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt more lighter, more comfortable, and there was a big change. And
Mm-hmm.
then soon as I sit, I felt very happy. And I didn't when I went with our friends or girlfriends at that time, no, and either it was too little, huh? Or sometimes too much even. And always you have to have something, either material wise, no, like money or something, to make it happen.
Yeah.
A good time, no.
Yeah.
And so then here, without none of that, very simply just by sitting and walking, I was so happy. And I was like, with my tiny mind, I was like, wow, this is fascinating, right? And
Mm.
then there was the time like a evening prayer or chant session.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that, I helped out. And then I went up where our teachers were. And I was like, what happened to me, no? And then the teacher said, oh, son, this is Samadhi. I had no clue which was Samadhi, right? And I
Uh-huh.
came back and I was sitting, and then uh, I thought, like, with this little mind, I feel so happy. And they talk about moksha or nirvana, these kind of things, how that it must be.
Ah.
And then I could not look back for some reason. So
Mm.
one led to another, like retreat after retreat. And
Mm-hmm.
then because here the culture is more around Buddhism and all, and
Mm-hmm.
but usually it came from India, right? And then which we are very grateful for. And I did other practices, learning other things, chakras, kundalini, all breath work and other things also.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, like, why now go from here? I want to live like a hermit. So the closest thing to live as a hermit was to become a monk here.
Wow.
Because there are places to stay, like forest and caves and all these things, then I became a monk, and that also I was doing like lot of studies, and there's so much studies about like the mind, the physicality, and what it's really like, what happens here. I was very curious about that. And
Mm-hmm.
then just the search and the quest led me one after the other. Then
Mm-hmm.
after 10 years of service and all this, I thought like, okay, I want to be alone, or like, and then I just moved to the forest for
Wow.
10 plus time. I was in the forest also,
Mm-hmm.
and in the caves or under trees, and you have very bare things to like, but you cannot carry a load of stuff, right? And
Right.
and
Is
that
there
was,
anyone who look after you when you are in a jungle or in under the tree or anything?
yeah,
Or
we
you are by
usually go.
yourself?
Yeah, so you stay by yourself mostly. Sometimes there are places like there's another monks, maybe
Uh-huh.
in a bit far distance,
Okay.
and they are there, no, and but you don't chat around or anything, no, because
Yeah,
uh,
because it's scary.
uh,
When you are
we,
in a jungle or like
uh-huh. Yeah,
there
you
is
have
lots
to
of
have a
other
lot of
things.
compassion, loving kindness. There
Yeah.
are snakes and all, like
Oh
big
yeah,
snakes, no,
absolutely. Yeah.
and vipers and all this, but yeah, they sometimes are very close, and it's not what people assume.
Ah.
They are tough guys, but even if you have a lamp or lantern or something, and if you are looking at them, or some places a flashlight, and
Uh-huh.
then if you they just stop and see like who dares to do this stuff, and that's all. They don't just spring at you and jump, because
Mm.
it's very close, no, and
Wow.
uh, and they don't harm you, because some places you just have a lantern, and their eyesight is working best at night, right?
Time. Yes.
So, and maybe your the toilet like thing is somewhere close by. You have to go there in almost like the darkness, and you just
Mm.
have the light. No, this or the lantern sometimes, a kerosene lantern maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, like there are some people who come and check on you, like how you are doing. And in some places they bring you tea or like porridge. And
Yeah.
some places you go to most places, sorry, you go to the village, and they offer you food.
Yeah. So kind of
Depends.
picture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but you cannot make sounds or like indie. So sometimes they don't
Wow.
know you are there even. So
All right. So,
you
and
have to put
is there anything particular timing you need to just stand there? Or
yeah, just a couple of minutes, and
okay.
you cannot make sounds or anything. You
Ah,
just they sometimes, even if they know, sometimes they're doing something in the house, no? So you cannot do like not like that even. Yeah, so it really humbles you, and you are grateful for your food and even the basic things, and you
uh,
appreciate them. And this is just one meal maybe, and that also you have to wait, and your ego and everything just goes down
mm,
the drain or even the
absolutely. I
toilet.
can
Yeah, no?
imagine.
It's a very humbling thing, and you are not supposed to earn, you are not supposed to do anything like, no, when you are a monk.
Mm,
And you cannot grow your stuff and or anything. So then you really have to depend on other people's how to say,
yeah. So
kindness.
it's a kind of we can say in yoga we call the Ishwar Pranidhana or like a
Uh-huh.
surrender to the God or the
Uh-huh.
universe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you don't need to ask for anything. Whatever comes to you, you need to accept it. Kind of,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Surely, surely. And
Oh,
then you just go and you see people also, some people, like you go to far away places also, and some places, even some people, they are very kind, but they don't have anything to give even. So
wow.
then you really feel it also, no? And Yeah, and there was one time I remember there was because you have to have a downward glance. You don't talk to nobody.
Mm.
I mean, when you're in the, like they call it, the arms round. Like you collect arms, no, like food. And there was the little child who came, and you be aware, but you have a downward, and you try to keep the meditation going also within
Mm.
that. And a small child, you could see, no, because he's small, and used to came, he looked up like this and said, hey, like he didn't know who I was also, no, maybe his parents or somebody told him there's nothing here, no, he said. Oh,
Mm.
I felt so like if I could dig a pit and go down here. And I heard like a sound of a bicycle, like on the gravel. When somebody pushes a bicycle, you hear the sound, no, like it goes.
Yes.
And he said like my father went to the shop to bring there some kind of like local cakes like things made out of coconut.
Mhm.
And he said like the specific name, and he said like he'll bring a piece of that. You wait, okay? Oh, I felt like then luckily I went along that there was a, it was like a rural area, and there was
Uh,
the road. So when I went further, some places there are so many houses you can just go like once a week, one time maybe, or sometimes the whole of your time there you can just go once. No,
mm.
and then when I went there, they give a lot of fruits and sweets and all. The first thing I did, when you're coming back, you can there's a sling like thing, you can put it on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And the first thing I did was I had a turn to their house, and there were more kids I didn't see at that time. No, I just dumped everything. No, and I said, "You eat," and then I connected with my brother because there was a monastery nearby, and you could go, and they had like land phone and all. I called my brother and said like, "Hey, there are some little kids. We should help them," and he because I was far, no, and he brought like lot of toys and a stack of books and lot of things, and we started giving them. And yeah, some places you really feel how people are living, and
Mm.
then it's very humbling, and you also feel it, no? And you feel very grateful. Even maybe this was for their children, and they gave me.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's, yeah, it was so wonderful. And you put your body and mind to the test. You go for like deep fasting, and
Mm.
even the mind, because in the night you're alone, and
Yes.
you have to
That's the
face things
scariest part.
yeah, by yourself. There are wild animals one
Yeah.
time, and people also, no. One time I remember, like, yeah, in that area there was a person who was a murderer, and he also came. No, first he was like very rough, like, "Who are you? Why did you? What are you doing? No, why are you sitting there?" Like, he was asking. No,
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
I also just stood my ground, and I didn't. I just stayed. No, I thought maybe I was like the next number or something first, and you never know, right? Nobody knows
Of
you are.
course. Yes. Absolutely.
And then like he had a couple of, he used to come and go and see and like what is he doing from far. And later he came and he spoke, more he spoke, uh more lower his speech and everything became.
Mm.
Then later he actually opened up. uh, he said, and actually it was like an act of self-defense,
Oh.
and everybody was afraid of him, no. And actually taken like five people with down, uh, and so he started opening up. Then finally when he finished it, late, he became one of the best people I have ever known. And it was
Oh.
one time thing, act of self-defense, and
Mm.
actually they came to harm their whole family. But
Mm.
it's not good to kill anybody, but uh, so things turned around, and this happened.
So
He got
that's the key, or I would say that's the main footstep for you to teach meditation or like life coaching or any other things, which I can see
uh,
in your the
uh-huh.
list of the things I can see on your website. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
So
What happened
is that
was,
the
like
stepstone?
when I'm in this forest and all, I was trying to help myself also. And the
Right.
people who came, I didn't even have a book to give, especially, for example, this person, right?
Yeah.
And I just told things that was I was doing. Why don't you also try? And this
Ah,
person was traumatized and a lot of things in his mind, no. And
mm,
then like meditations. Why don't you also try this?
mm,
And then afterwards, like it started working on them also. Then I thought, like, why not we introduce this to everybody, no?
yes.
So
Mm,
that's why, yeah, like I want to bring ancient things back
wow.
to society, no?
Oh, it's very genuine reason to be on this earth to stay and bring back our ancient wisdom into our society. So, before we going ahead, would you like to share one thing, kind of suggestion to this 21st generation? I would say digital generation.
Yeah.
Because as an Ayurveda practitioner and yoga practitioner, I would also, I'm seeing lots of patients nowadays
Mm-hmm.
who are having anxiety, stress, depression, and lot other issues related to gut. And I have seen most of the people are having lots of fear in there, and they don't know how it comes into their system.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you like to share something about those type of people, what can practice or how they can see the life?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, we see a lot of these things happening now,
Yeah.
and even young children, they are caught up in virtual reality, no? And
Hmm.
they become so how to say brittle, or like so subtle, like even a simplest thing like can
Yes.
just shatter them.
Yes.
Before, like in our generations or even before, you could
Yeah.
just bounce on the ground and just pop up again.
Yes.
Or sometimes we would fall, and maybe like just even with the wounds we would just like brush it off and
Yeah.
just still
Brush it off
keep on
and do.
playing.
Yeah.
But now you hear like children, even they harm themselves, even in with life itself, like
Yes.
just for a mobile phone or a chocolate or uh,
Hmm.
something that happened. And so it's kind of very sad also. But they are put into this situation from what we see in the modern society. So yeah, definitely things like meditation would definitely help to face the things that are happening within you, because I
Mm-hmm.
see this like a bridge. We did studies and a lot of things, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw this like the closest solution from the problem to the solution. If somebody's stuck with things like depression from the past to the present, like you said, anxiety from it can bring back to reality of
Mm-hmm.
the present from the future. Usually anxiety is associated with the future, right?
Future.
uh,
Yes.
we don't know what happened. Should I do this? Should I do that? No. So
Mm.
yeah, it's like you put your life under a microscope and see. And
Mm.
the idea is like at different times in our life we try to run the rat race, but we should know like what we really need, because nowadays children have a lot of options, right, than
Yeah.
our times also, because
Mm-hmm.
even the study paths and all they can select. We didn't have much
Yes.
choice. We
Mm-hmm.
had to like mold ourselves to the system. But
Yes.
now children, they can go around it or do what they like. So I mean, like, not because some people just want to be some influencer because they
Mm-hmm.
see the highlight of things. But
Yes.
for that, those if you dig into that reality, they also had to go through a lot of things, even hardships. It's not the glitter and glamour you see from outside, right? And
Yes.
sometimes it's fake. No, they
Mm.
fake it up, and then little
Yeah.
children see this and, oh, why should I learn? Why should I do this? Or why should I? They with their ruthless things or bad things, even they are so popular.
Mm.
They have so millions of fans. No, they are so rich, but there is much more to life than what you see. No, not just the glitter and glamour. So
Yes. Absolutely.
if we can take things back, because for example, I'll tell you, like in many countries you see even agriculture, everything was destroyed, right? Now we have like how to say pesticides,
Mm.
weedicides, and then genetically modified food and everything, and
Yeah.
it's nothing the same. No, not even the taste is there, the smell.
Of
And you see
course.
many
Yes.
people with cancers and all. But
Yeah.
the worst thing is like the ancient things comes around, and they say this is organic, and it's very expensive now.
Yes.
So you destroy the things that were good, and you come around in another way, and you sell these ancient things in a big way, no big.
Big market is there.
But why not we without take okay we cannot change everything, but why can without taking this huge massive U-turn, why not just like skip to the or turn around to the organic directly, which is
Mm,
our true self within ourselves also, right? And then the
absolutely.
true nature of ourselves, and to be with the nature, even the family, so not just the mobile, no. And it's now
Bec-
we have all those goggles and things. Technology is good, that's why we are communicating also now.
Absolutely. So the
But you
consumption of the what way I can say, like whatever we have, minimize the consumption, whatever you have. And
yeah, and go back to the natural stages, no.
natural stage, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
because if you are not consuming a lot, you have lots of resources left, you have lots of time left, so you can use that wisely.
Yeah, surely, and the happiness you seek in life.
Yeah.
The time the children should play, right? And even the parents should know. And I speak to people from different countries, usually
Mhm.
on a daily basis,
Yeah.
and they say like, okay, we don't have time. Both of us, we are working, and then we put our children into daycare, and
Yes.
then they wonder like why the child is so distant from them. Uh,
Mm,
some places there are reasons they have to do it, but some places no. Uh, so it's
there is no
kind of like a
reason you don't
choice
do
in
it.
life for
Yeah.
children as well as adults. And if they make the proper choices and just
Mhm.
see like not what they want, but what they need, right?
Need. Yes.
Then it will be much more healthier and very sustainable, and even uh, people can be very happy.
Mm,
Much more even children, no?
absolutely.
The new generation even.
Yes. So the basic thing is lesser your consumption, save your time, give it to your loved ones, near ones, with
Mm-hmm.
family,
Surely.
and whatever the nature has given, appreciate it
Mm-hmm.
and go back to the nature.
Uh-huh.
That's a real happiness.
Yeah, yeah, surely.
Thank you so much. Our talk will go long and long. I don't think so we
Yeah.
can stop for a long time, but there is a time limit for this podcast. And we'll definitely touch in contact with you, and we'll
Surely.
do some kind of work together in
Oh,
collaboration,
thank
as you have
you. Uh-huh.
mentioned in your website as well. That collaboration is welcome. So we will definitely look forward to it. And
Okay.
thank you so much for your time
You're most
and
welcome.
wonderful wisdom. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a great pleasure.
Yeah, same here.
Thank you so much. And hope we can help more and more people, not together.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That is what we are working on this podcast for all over the world. America, Canada, and other people are also
Mm-hmm.
coming in
Oh,
coming
wonderful.
future. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And wish you the very best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Hello, welcome back. So this is our Yogi Sanjivana. We have lots of discussion on how a monk live their life in jungle, under the trees, and even in a society as well. Lot more people nowadays are suffering with anxiety and all other mental disorders. Mental health is very important. If you really would like to work with him, he is available online for around the world, and he is working 24 by 7. As you feel that he just had 4 hours sleep, 4.5 hours sleep before this podcast today. I am giving a description for about him, his website, and all other things. You can meet him and contact him for your well-being. Sri Lankan people, you are having a gem in your place. Please find it. Thank you, and we'll see you some other time with the new person. Till that, bye. Namaste.